Hello everyone, my name's Billy, and today we're going to be reading William Shakespeare's Macbeth, Act 1, Scenes 1 through 3. With thunder and lightning enter three witches. The first witch says, When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. What will be ere the set of sun? Where's the place? Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth. I come, grey Malkin. Paddock calls, anon. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through fog and filthy air. Exeunt. End of Scene 1. Scene 2. A camp near forest. What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt of the new estate. This is the sergeant, who, like a good and hearty soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend! Say to the king the knowledge of the boil, as thou didst leave it. Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonwald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of Kerns and Gallowes's glasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned quarrel smiling, showed like a rebel's whore, but all's too weak. For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel, which smoked like bloody execution, like valor's minion, carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which never shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps, and fixed his head upon our battlements. O valiant cousin, worthy gentleman! As whence the sun gains his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark! No sooner justice had, with valor armed, compelled these skipping currents to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault. Dismayed, not this, our captains, Macbeth and Banquo? Yes, as sparrows eagles, or the hare the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were, as cannons overcharged with double cracks. So they, doubly, redoubled strokes upon the foe, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell, but I am faint, my gashes cry for help. So well thy words become thee as thy wounds, they smack of honor both. Get him to surgeons. Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross. What a hath looks through his eyes. So should he look that seems to speak things strange. God save the king. Where comest thou, worthy Thane? From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. Until that, Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and, to conclude, the victory fell on us. Great happiness! That now, Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition. Nor would he design him burial of his men till he disbursed at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 to our general use. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall receive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth. I'll see it done. What hath he lost, noble Macbeth had won. Exeunt. Scene 3. A health. Thunder. Enter three witches. First witch says, Where hast thou been, sister? Killing swine. Sister, where thou? A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched, and mounched, and mounched. Give me, quoth I. Aroint three, which the rump-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the Tiger, but in a sieve I'll thither sail. And, like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. I'll give thee a wind, thou art kind, and I another. I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow, and all the quarters that they know, I the shipman's card. I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live, a man forbid, Wary Sir Knights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak and pine. Through his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have. Show me, show me. I have the pilot's thumb, wrecked as a homeward he did come. A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters hand in hand, postures of the sea and land. Thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up. Enter Macbeth and Banquo. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. How far is it to call for us? What are these, so withered and so wild in their attire, and look not to be inhabitants of the earth? And yet aren't? Yet are on it? Live you, or you ought to meet the man the question. You seem to understand me. By each at once their choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips, you should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so. Speak, if you can, what are you? All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis. All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter. Good sir, why do you start, and seem to fear the things that sound so fair? I, in the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time, and see which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors or your hate. Hail, hail, hail! Lesser than Macbeth, and greater, not so happy, yet much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo. Banquo and Macbeth, all hail. Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sinel's death I am now Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you. The witches vanish. The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and those are of them, whether they vanished into the air, which seemed corporal melted as the breath into the wind. Would they had stayed? Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten the insane root that takes the reason prisoner? Your children shall be kings. You shall be king. And Thane of Cawdor, too. Went it not so? To the selfsame tune and words, who's here? Enter Ross and Angus. The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and praises do contend which would be thine or his. Silenced with that, and viewing over the rest of the selfsame day, he finds thee on the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make. The strange images of death, as thick as hail, came post with post, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defence, and poured them down before him. We are sent to give thee, from our royal master, thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee. And for an earnest of a greater honour, he bade me from him to call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine. What, can the devil speak be true? The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes? Who as the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose? Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he laboured in his country's wreck, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him. Glamis and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings? When those that give the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them? That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown. Besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us our harm. The instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles, to betrays in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you. 2 truths are told, as happy prologues are the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. The supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it be the earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield into that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs, against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes to my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not. Look how our partner's rapt. If chance will have me king, why, chance may have crowned me without my stir. New honors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use. Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day. Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure. Give me your favor, my dull brain has wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn, though lief to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having weighed it, let us speak with our free hearts to each other. Very gladly. Till then, enough. Come, friends. Exeunt. End of scene 3. Thank you.